We have snow in Utah. So now I will go Caspi. Finito Caspi. I'm in Gori now, and from Gori to Caspi. I have spoken to farmers in Gori who have said to me where they are living, over the past 2 years, their border has moved 25 kilometers. I mean, I'm sharing this with you. I'm not trying to have a problem with Russia or with Georgia or anything. I'm just saying what the farmers told me, that where they are, they've got the Russian border police. They've been moving their border bit by bit into their land, and the farmers are saying we've lost almost 25 kilometers of our land because the border is moving. So jokingly I said, what will you do if you wake up in the morning and find that the border has moved and your head is in Russia and your body is in Georgia? You know, I just thought it was weird. It wasn't funny. It was strange. But you know, sometimes you have to try and make a sad situation a little bit more unworryingly, so to say. And that to me was an eye opener. That there's a lot going on around the world which we are not really aware of. When you start traveling, you find, you know, this story comes to you. You don't even have to go hunting for these stories because they just come to you if you're open to people. So when you travel, open your eyes, talk to people, engage with the local community and see how they live their life, how they see everything, because it's so important. What can I say? I'm not going to get into politics because I love traveling and I love meeting people. If I get myself too involved in politics, I might not be invited to certain countries, and I don't want to jeopardize that. I don't want to criticize one country in favor of another. I just have to be partial. I have to be fair. You know, I just have to stay on the straight and narrow and try to do my level best, because I have been involved in politics before and it put me in some serious situations, some very sticky situation. So I'm really not going to be involved in politics this time. Life is too short, and I've had my fair share of toughness in life because of politics. So now I concentrate more on having a nice, easy, simple, wonderful life and not to worry about many things. What a wonderful day I've had. I hope you're having one too. The more you travel, the more you learn a lot about yourself and about other cultures. I have learned quite a lot in this journey of self-discovery. I've learned that you should treat people differently. It doesn't matter which country they're from, because people are different. You just have to respect them, respect their culture. Some culture might appear insane to you. Some culture might appear strange. Some culture might appear very different. But you just have to accept the culture and try to learn a little bit. If you can't learn, then you're in the wrong place. Do not travel. You gotta learn to accept other people's culture, because we are not all the same. You know, I'm not talking about color of your skin. I'm not talking about your race. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about your culture. The place where you come from, the place where you're raised, because we all grow up from our own culture, and that's what makes us who we are. What was amazing today was coming across this young family. They have they lost everything during the sorry, I hate to say this, during the invasion of their country, South Ossetia, which they call Tsinamali or something. Anyway, I'll write it down because I forgot. I cannot pronounce it properly. That's south of South Ossetia, which is part of Gori, which now it's so-called independent. So they lost that, and having lost that, a lot of them, they were made refugees. So as refugees, they did not have anywhere else to go but to go to mainland Georgia. And I've been talking to some of these people. Some of them had farms, some of them were millionaires, some of them had houses. One of the family that I met, they were millionaires. Imagine that. You got millions in the bank and suddenly you got nothing at all, apart from the clothes that you're wearing. All the posh cars are no longer yours, nothing. You just lose everything overnight. That's painful. And then I made friends with this bloke, this man called Aleko, and his girlfriend. No, his wife is married now. His wife is half Armenian and half Georgian, and she was heavily pregnant at that time. And they were very, very nice people. Invited me there, and he was telling me a story which was heartbreaking. That his father had businesses, they were doing very well, this family, and because of the war, they lost everything. You know, they left the country with nothing, with only the clothes they were wearing. I could see tears coming off his eyes when he was relating the story to me, because he lost two houses. Now that is painful. That is painful. And then I said, so it must have been tough being a refugee. He says, no, not refugee, my friend. We are survivors. So even when you're a refugee, don't keep saying to the world you're a refugee. You know, because the world is not very sympathetic to refugees in most places. But when you're a survivor, people know that at least you got a mission, at least you're trying to do something. These people call themselves survivors. These people have survived. So try to survive as a human being, not try to live as a refugee. I think that's important. Deep down, you know you're a refugee. I mean, we are not the first refugees in this world. Jesus himself was a refugee. You know, he was running from one place to another, you know, being hidden one country to another. So at some point we will be displaced. If you live your life well and you're not displaced, your country is not displaced, then you're very lucky. Consider yourself very lucky. But we have to accept refugees as they are, but don't look at them in a negative way, because nobody wants to give up their livelihood, everything they've worked for, their money, their houses, their family, their everything, you know, their profession, just to go in a foreign country and start from scratch. Nobody wants to do that. You only do that because you're desperate, because there is nothing else you can do. I learned that from that family today. It was really very, very touching, very painful story, and I just have to share with you. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please do subscribe. And thank you very much for finding time to share this wonderful video with me.